Heather Quick, owner of Florida Women's Law Group, and talking to many of our clients about prenups with a second marriage. So the statistics are really high on second marriages ending in a divorce. And as we know, many women are marrying after a first marriage and when they're, in their 40s and 50s. And things are really different when you marry for a second time around and you've not only accumulated assets and debts, but you have adult children from your first marriage. And I want to talk a little bit about this because I think there is a misconception that a prenuptial agreement, can be satisfied by doing your wills together. And that is just not true at all. So there's a big difference. And I just want to address that because I think sometimes we think, we've done our wills together and we've decided what's going to happen. So I want to go over a few differences in that, and just so that you can understand whether or not a prenup is right for you before a second marriage or not. So with a prenuptial agreement, that is a binding contract. That means you and your future husband are agreeing to terms that can't be changed just by one of you. And that's really important to understand because we are in a prenuptial agreement. I really would love for you to think about it as a way that you are doing some estate planning. You're thinking about what's going to happen with your debts and assets after your death as well as in the event of a divorce. So that really is the difference when we're talking about a prenup or will with a second marriage and let's say you're over 45. You're just in a different place than you were maybe at your first marriage. Now with a will, you and your new spouse can go together and draft your wills, but at any time, any one of you can go and change that. So you may say we designated everything out in our wills, like if one of us passes before the other and what will happen to both of our adult children. But please understand that at any given time, your spouse can go change that and they don't have to let you know. Certainly after your death, things can change and they are not bound by a will. It's not a binding contract. And I just think that's a really important thing to understand, because the most important thing is knowing, hey, what you're doing and is this going to accomplish the goal that I am trying to achieve? Because most women feel as though, well, I can probably do it, with a will, but then they're not quite sure if that's going to achieve their goals. And they found that once they understand the differences in both, they can make a better decision. And honestly, it is great for both you and your spouse because have these honest conversations. If you're going into a second marriage with adult children, it is really important to be clear to one another. You've both worked hard or gone through a lot and you have certain things that are important for your legacy. And it's an open conversation to have that can be had with an estate planning attorney, and we can certainly do that in a will, but it just carries a different weight if we handle those issues during a prenuptial agreement and in that type of contract. It just really depends on your wants, needs, and what your goals for yourself and your family are, as well as your future spouse. So if you find yourself in that situation, considering a second marriage, and really not sure what to do, please give us a call. Let us help you walk through that process and let you understand the options so you know which route to take. And we are here for you at Florida Women's Law Group and look forward to helping you work through that issue.